And it looks like qualifying is over. They line up on the grid. Only 7 cars today. We got Giancarlo and Adam on the front row. Avery Walker and Scott Malawi on the second row. Mike Doling and Ronnie Wimberly on the third row. And Ed Schiller rounding out the field. And an interesting note I noticed earlier, with a lot of drivers being out, actually both Ed and Ronnie will pick up quite a few points here today. And I believe both will pick up a few points positions.
Yeah, and it's really going to be interesting on the second race when the field reverses.
Yeah, because it is the whole field reversing today, and that's something we have not seen yet.
Giancarlo's still getting buckled in, so hopefully we don't go green before.
Not gritting. He scoots back up, and it looks like he's finally...
That 5-point harness is a little tough to get in and out of really quick.
Yeah, I can definitely imagine that it is. There he is, just getting adjusted, and it looks like he's about to take to the grid finally, but it does take a little adjustment. Everything new he has, because he's just been, as my understanding, just been sitting at a desk essentially and not having to do, there they go. So everybody just barely makes it.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I think he's got a play seat challenge. The wheel is going to be a lot heavier because he's probably running a good 10 Newton meters out of it.
And it is interesting. We'll get to actually hear a little bit of commentary if Giancarlo gets frustrated or gets excited. We'll at least get to hear him from across the room.
Yeah, I'm sorry I can't cue that out. We're not too far apart here from the command center.
Oh, no, it's fine. I think it'll be interesting to see if we hear, if something catastrophic were to happen. It'd be interesting to hear his reactions to it.
Oh, yeah.
But here he goes. As the pace car pulls in, they get ready and waiting on Barney, the flag man, as they come out of that final turn. Imola, and there we go. They fire. And there's the green flag. It took Barney a minute to get that going into the air. Off into turn number 1. And this is probably, I did hear a few drivers say, this first section of track is where they expect to have problems.
Yeah, especially on the cold tires. Coming through that chicane there is really rough if you hit the rumble strips. This one here is really easy to go wide on, too.
Everybody makes it through that pretty clean down into this hairpin. And I know cars have a tendency, if you get on the gas even just a hair too much there, it is very easy to send the car around.
Oh, absolutely. I can hear somebody just went back in the field, hit the wall.
Looks like Ronnie went off track. Let's see what happened there.
He might have caught some grass.
Yeah, he went wide and just barely clips the grass with right sides and ends up in the into the inside wall. A tough hit for Ronnie. After last season, he really had a great season going, as I think Adam might have tossed his bad luck into Ronnie's car at a few races this year.
He must have shook the chicken bones at him or something.
It has been an interesting reversal of fortunes this season versus last, with Adam Barker's luck finally turning around, but then guys like Ronnie getting a lot of bad luck, and then you have guys that came in or just started cranking up later in the season, like Nick Sorensen and Jason Wahlberg. Those two guys really, the second half of the season, just stormed toward the front. Jason didn't get any wins. Nick got 2 wins, and they've had a lot of exciting battles making their way through the field.
Oh, yeah. They were definitely coming on strong towards the end there. It's a shame I don't see them out there today. It's funny because I can hear the ABS kicking in over there on Giancarlo in the rig. As he's going through these turns. He pushes this car way harder than I'm capable of pushing it.
I think he pushes it way harder than a lot of... Wow, he gets right out to the edge of the grass there as they come out of the hairpin. But, yeah, he pushes the car, I think, a lot harder than most people could. And I think when the format changed and we went to the doubleheader format, I really think he cranked it up a little bit more. We saw his dominance in the long races and the strategy really work last season, but this season without the strategy, he just cranked it up another notch.
Yeah, he's every lap is and he's so consistent, which is weird. I cannot, I might throw a good lap in now and then, but to be able to be consistent is the key. And that goes to show you with Adam and Giancarlo and Avery, they're just consistently fast.
It definitely does. As he comes back around, while we have the shot of him there, let's hop in the car with him. Although he did say not to give an in-car of him today. He didn't want the bad luck, the broadcaster jinx, but...
we won't tell him.
Yeah, sorry, Giancarlo. It's never affected him before as he comes back down toward the start-finish line through the fastest part of the track, and oftentimes in real life, the most dangerous part of the track as well, down to that first chicane.
Yep.
Just clips it perfectly.
And it's so hard right there. You're actually coming through those turns flat out and just relying on your steering. You're down to third gear and you're just flat out. And to really ride it to the edge just takes so much guts.
It definitely does. And you see him. He is absolutely loving this. Every time his face goes a little bit to the right, you see the smile there. He is loving being in this rig today. I would imagine Giancarlo sells everything he owns to have a full motion rig before long.
Yeah, probably.
Especially if he finds he's even faster in a full motion rig. Down to this second chicane will be interesting to watch his facial reaction to see, because he is having to fight the heavier wheel.
Yes.
Doesn't look like it's bothering him too much. Oh,
right there, yeah, you can see it there.
And it looks like Ed Schiller has just had an incident. Let's see what happened. As he comes out through that corner, and it looks like, oh, yeah, that is a place where a lot of drivers tend to lose the back end, me especially.
Yep, that's definitely.
It is a bit tricky, and Ed is another one who's had some really good runs, but a good run of bad luck. It seems like he'll have alternating weeks. He has 1 week of really bad luck, and the next week is an awesome race, and he's up in the top 5.
Yeah, it's weird how luck goes like that. I need to start carrying a rabbit's foot or something like that.
Could we expect to see something mounted on the rig before long?
Yeah, probably. Maybe I'll have to sacrifice some KFC before the race or something.
We've tuned in one of these days. There's a rabbit. There's a rabbit's foot hanging from the top monitor, and a horseshoe on the wall, and every possible thing out there.
Well, given my skill level, I need every bit of luck I can get.
You have to wonder how much being in that full motion rig with the pedals and the motion and everything, after he adjusts to it, would he be substantially faster? I mean, the difference between regular pedals and load cell pedals is obviously huge, but now having more feel through that direct drive wheel has got to be helping, even though it's a little exhausting. It's got to be helping.
It absolutely has to be. Once you get adjusted to it. He made a comment earlier about he could feel the slide coming and could correct for it before the car really got out of control just because of the direct drive wheel.
Now, here comes a very important question. David asked, have you learned any good tips from watching Giancarlo?
Yeah, don't race Giancarlo.
Okay, there is that.
Yeah. No, he just does everything faster. I'm watching his braking points. His braking points are the same. His wheel angle's the same. He seems to be able to brake later than I can. But it's just, he can get right to the fine edge more than I can.
It's really interesting. I think part of it is skill level, part of it being age, but I used to race back in the Papyrus days. I still have all of those. So his arm's getting a little sore, it looks like. So I'm
Yep.
used to, and back then I was a lot faster than I am now, and I was competitive against a lot of different people. And I think some of it comes down to skill level, and some of it comes to us older gentlemen just not having the same reaction, the same feel, the same everything that these kids today have.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm 56 years old. There's no way I'm going to have this kind of reaction times that these guys have. I mean, I can be competitive. Normally I'm fighting for top 5, but unless a lot of bad things happen to really fast drivers, I'm not going to be up in the top 3.
Well, it does look like, speaking of top 3, Adam Barker has caught back up to Giancarlo, and obviously Giancarlo, I saw him a moment ago moving his arm around a little bit, might be getting tired. You got to wonder if it's having an effect. His lap times are about 8/10 off of what his fastest lap has been, but that comes down to pretty much tire wear.
Yep. Yeah, he's definitely going to feel the fatigue. I mean, it is a visceral experience in the motion rig.
It is interesting, and I've always wanted to try. And I know there was a big discussion this morning about the difference between triples and VR, and I know a lot of guys are using a reverb and absolutely love it. But there's people like me who just can't wear a VR headset, and you got to wonder if you put Giancarlo in a VR headset, how much faster would he be, or would it be better in the triple monitors?
We were talking about that earlier during practice this morning because I've raced in both. I actually started in iRacing in VR, and I thought that was the ultimate experience. But I wear contact lenses, and after doing endurance racing and taking the goggles off, your face doesn't itch until you put the goggles on. Go figure. And then you're dealing with the discomfort and the heat that the monitors do that close to your eyes, that you got to worry about fogging. You got to have a fan. And if you wear glasses or contacts, it's pretty difficult. Now, I know Mike Doling has VRs with prescription lenses in them, and that would take care of a lot of that. But just the heat going through a longer race. I did like 6 hours at Spa during the 24 hours of Spa in a row, and I thought my contact lenses melted to my eyeballs, and that's when I realized I needed to go to triples.
Yeah, that would get uncomfortable, and it would be. I know the biggest issue I always hear is sweat. As Adam looks like he might actually have.
He's got a run on him.
He definitely has a run on. Looks like he's going to set it up down into this chicane. Can't get there yet, but man, these two have pulled away from the field. They're 6 laps in and have a 4.5 second gap over Scott and Alawi. Adam goes to the lead, but Giancarlo crosses back over. That got a little bit close.
And Avery's closing up now. Or no, who's that? Scott.
Scott,
yeah, Scott's closing up.
He was 4.5 seconds back until that corner. He gained a second since they started battling, and the longer that Adam Barker is battling with Giancarlo, the sooner that he is going to get there. These guys might want to sort this one out pretty quickly.
Oh, absolutely. And Giancarlo came very close to a slowdown on that turn there.
He is definitely pushing the limit today, but Adam, he wants that shot. He knows that the chances were, he said the chances were pretty slim. He didn't think he could pull off the championship unless something catastrophic happened to Giancarlo. But, he's doing what he has to do, so if anything goes wrong in front of him, he'll be in position to take that title this year, or this season.
Right now, Adam he might actually be a little bit faster than Giancarlo. Because he's closing that distance up. It's just trying to get enough of a run to make the pass.
He's been consistently equal to or faster just about every lap. The only time that Giancarlo has really beat him, from what I've seen, has been when they ran their fastest lap, which was one of them was on lap 2, one of them was on lap 3, and Giancarlo was about 1.5 tenths faster, but Here, as the race goes on, it seems like they're starting to stay pretty close. Scott Nalawi lost a little bit of ground on that lap, about a half a second. But given, as Adam looks to the inside, can he get the run? Oh, that was so close.
It definitely was very close.
And here he comes. Now he's got a big run down into the... Oh, he can't get the nose far enough inside to force Giancarlo to the outside. He's going to have to stay in line. But Giancarlo definitely knows he is there, and he's faster.
Yes, he definitely knows he's there. He feels the pressure of him breathing down his neck.
And we've seen this one play out several times this season. After Giancarlo's dominance last season, it was questionable if anybody could compete. Then here comes Adam Barker, wins the first race of the season at a tiny, tiny track, flies around all that lap traffic consistently, and manages to make his way up. And he has stayed with or gotten ahead of Giancarlo more than once this season. Oh, Giancarlo's around! Giancarlo's around Adam to the lead.
Scott got in there. He's getting back around.
No damage. He stays out of the wall. But he is going to drift all the way back to fifth. Adam Barker now to the lead, and he has a 3-second lead over Scott Nalawi, but he's got clean track ahead.
The question is he going to back off now? Because I know Adam was on the ragged edge to force that issue with Giancarlo. So is he just going to back off a little bit and see if he can outpace Scott just at a normal race pace, or is he still going to go all out here?
It'll be interesting to watch the interval between them. Right now, 3.1 seconds between them, and they're on their 8th lap, so looking at it, they're looking at about 16, maybe 17 laps in the race. If he even gains a little bit every lap, he'll have a good gap. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. But the other interesting thing is, can Giancarlo, I mean, we've only seen him have one or two issues all season long, but he can always come back and run everybody down. Now in a different rig, a different situation, it'll be really, really fun to watch if he can make his way back through the field.
And this is going a lot like I thought, where, the first race dealing with the pressure, the traffic, and the sensory overload, that it might be overwhelming for the first race, but I expect to see him come on very strong in the second race.
And David just made the comment, hey, is Giancarlo going to blame the rig for it?
I would. I'd say, I kept hearing Mike talk in my ear, and it was distracting. I'd use every excuse I could.
I do.
Exactly.
I have used every excuse under the sun, and even a few of them were legit, like dogs getting under my feet. But, yeah, if an excuse is available, although I don't think Giancarlo is going to need to make a whole lot of excuses. He is already all over the back bumper of Mike Dolling. And I would expect that battle to end very quickly. And interesting to see Mike Dolling in a Ferrari this week.
Yeah, he mentioned earlier he normally is in the BMW, and he was having a lot of traction issues with the BMW, where he felt that it was just a safer bet to go with the Ferrari. He felt more confident and more stable with it.
That is a... Giancarlo goes wide on Dolling. Can he get the pass? But, another one we talked about, Scott Nalawi still 3.5 seconds back. Adam is pulling away. Avery now up to third. Avery has 4 wins on the season, including the first back-to-back sweep of a Sunday. He pulled that off just a few weeks ago. And then Giancarlo, not to be outdone, goes and does it 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, I can't even imagine winning 2 weeks in a row, or 2 races in one day. That would be incredible. I would just retire after that.
If I win one race, I might retire after my next win. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, Doug.
It's been a while since I've been on track, and then it has also been a while since my last win. I might say, you know what? I'm good. I've won. Let's call it good.
There you go. Scott is really hanging in there, though. He's really fast in that Lambo.
Wow, look at the move that Giancarlo just made. Coming down the front straightaway through that right-handed kink, he was juking and jiving to try and get down to the inside. Still couldn't. It looked like he just wasn't expecting the car to move the way it did as he tried to get down to the inside on Dolling and had to correct it. But interesting that he hasn't gotten past. But Mike Dolling is always a tough one to pass, and it looks like, oh, there he goes again, going to the outside.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. He's going to have to switch back here.
Oh, he got a lot of the... Oh, wow.
Yeah, he got a lot of the curb.
Yeah, he did. It looked like he was going for a ride there.
And Mike knows how to be defensive. He knows how to defend his position. He's a very smart driver. He knows this track well, too. So he's going to be tough to get past, no matter how fast you are.
It definitely is. Meanwhile, up front, Adam Barker continues to pull away. Now a 4-second lead over Scott Nalawi. Avery Walker back in third is 5 seconds back from Scott. And then this battle is another 6 seconds back. And honestly, if Dolling can continue to hold his position, I think that does nothing. But if he keeps Giancarlo in fifth, I think that takes Adam into the second race with still a little bit of a chance.
Yes. Yes, it does. He's definitely pressuring Mike, but Mike is not caving at all.
No, and we've seen Mike be pressured by just about everybody this season, and he just doesn't give an inch.
No.
He's going to keep defending his position, and he does it so smoothly. You can't even call it a block when he does it, because he just goes where he needs the car to be, but he drives it. He might drive it in a little bit deeper, or he might just get on the brakes, let you get to the outside, let you try and set up for the pass, but he gets the run off the turn. So, he gets...
Well, there's a little touch there. There's a little touch.
And they go back into the chicane. Dolling wiggles.
He's got it, though. He's holding on.
Wow. And
he's a crafty driver.
He definitely is. And the fact that we've seen this several times, and it hasn't mattered which car he's been in, he gets a little wiggle out. I don't think he lifts when that car wiggles. I think he probably just gets on it a little bit harder and just forces that car straight. We talked about earlier in the season when Yuo went to the Porsche, how when he went to the Lambo, how he was driving the Lambo like it was the Porsche, and the way he was throwing it around. I don't think Dolling, it matters which car he's in. He still will just throw it wherever he wants it to be.
He can drive any of them.
And they almost, I think they might have touched coming through there. They were so
think
close.
They did. Yeah, I think I heard Giancarlo say, "Woohoo!"
And you saw a little bit of a smirk there when he backed off. He gave Dolling room to correct it. That has been another great thing. Speaking about the recruitment you guys are doing, that has been another great thing about it. Is we've seen it several times over the last couple seasons. Somebody makes a mistake, gets somebody loose, whatever the case may be, backing off, letting the guy back in his position, and then battling it out again, making sure that they do everything the right way. That has been one of the most fun things about watching you guys race.
Yeah, this group is not just, I mean, it's a competitive league, but we're all friends. We've been friends for a long time. New guys come in and I can't believe how friendly everyone is, but that's just the way this group was set up. When Mike Dolling started this league, that was the mission, was to have fun, be competitive, but not be as cutthroat as the open races.
Yeah, and the other fact being, as it looks like Giancarlo might have the run this time. Oh, they are really, Dolling is really trying to keep him pinned on the outside. And
wow.
Giancarlo saves it. You see the arms working. Wow. It is really getting tight. But these guys, not only are they going to try and battle each other clean and be friends, you guys might be in an endurance race together one day and then out here racing against each other the next. We've seen that happen several times, so you really don't want to anger your teammate.
No, you don't. And that's sort of how this league started out, with me, Mike Doling, and Adam doing endurance racing. And you spend 6 hours talking on the radio with each other, spotting for each other. You become really tight friends. And then as the group grew, the number of teams that we fielded in the endurance races grew, and we all became great friends that way. Because when you're not driving, you're spotting, you're going ahead and saying, hey, there's a crash here, and then you're talking pit strategy and tire strategy and who's going to take the next stint. It's really opened my eyes to motorsports in general. I was not a huge person to watch motorsports, but after doing this with this group, I've really gotten into it.
Yeah, and here's another thing that I just realized. We talked to you, and I mentioned it once Adam got clear of Giancarlo. How much would he push it? I think he is still on the ragged edge right now. I think because his last lap was faster than everybody else in the field by a minimum of 0.2 of a second. Giancarlo was 0.2 of a second off of Adam Barker's lap time, but Adam has that Audi cranked up, and it is worth noting that Avery, also in an Audi, has one of the fastest laps out there as well, and he is also within just a couple tenths of a second every lap of what Adam is running. I think the Audi might have been the best choice for today. It seems to have been at least the most planted, the most stable, and it looks like has the most speed out there as well.
Oh, it definitely does. And when he was with Giancarlo, it seemed like the Lambo might have had a little straight line speed, but the Audi could just drive deeper into the corners and be planted and accelerate out much better.
And, with only 7 cars this week, it's been pretty single file, but Giancarlo, once he went to the back, he had that battle with Mike Dulling. Mike is still staying within a second of him, so Mike's got some speed in the Ferrari. Ed Schiller just had an incident. Let's see what happened. It looked like he went off track, although in practice he was testing shortcuts. So, could have been that whole deal. In fact, this coming down into that first chicane is where, he just loses the back end. Looked like he might have had the brake bias back a little too far, got on the brakes a little too hard, and it snapped the back around.
Every time I touch that button on the rig, something horribly goes wrong, so I try and leave that alone.
One of my endurance team, for the 2021 24 Hours of Daytona, he changed his brake bias like 5 times per lap. Every single lap, and I was just like, dude, I'm not reaching up there to change it once a lap.
That sounds like too much work.
It does, but he was also one of the 2 fastest drivers on our team, one of the fastest in the... Scott Nalawi has crashed. Let's see what happened. Scott was charging up. He was still within about 4 seconds. He gained a little on Adam every lap or two. Just gets the rumble strip in the turn a little too much. He hit the apex a little too hard, and it just shuffled the car around. But he managed to recover just as Avery gets to him.
Yeah, Avery's all over him right now.
Yeah, now they come down the front straightaway side by side. 3.5 minutes, probably 3 more laps to go. This is probably going to be the battle. Although Giancarlo is currently 8 seconds behind this battle, and if they're going to stay side by side for long, Giancarlo will gain some ground on him.
Looks like Scott backed out of that. That Audi definitely can drive deeper into the turns.
That comes as a bit of a surprise. The places that you see that the cars can drive deeper into one turn at one track versus another. We've seen weeks where that Audi just couldn't be beat, and we've seen weeks where the BMW is unbeatable. And the BMW's been faster in some at some tracks and some corners. So it's really interesting to see the variety of what some of these guys do out there and what the changing in the cars. But I have to say, Giancarlo has stuck with the Lambo 2 seasons in a row, every single race. He's the only driver to have done so.
Yeah, and what he can get out of that car, especially in what he's in today, in the rig that he's in today. It is a brutal car to drive. I did some hot laps this week setting the rig up, and it was just brutal. I don't know how these guys are driving this car.
Yeah, I have driven it. I like the fact that the car is as stiff as it is, but I can imagine in a motion rig, it's going with butt kickers installed. It's really going to be an unpleasant drive to try and do that in. And given your situation, I'm surprised you could make a single lap in it, because that would just be uncomfortable as all get out.
That's what painkillers are for.
I hear that.
I could only drive for about 20 minutes before my back was giving out, and then I'd have to stand up and stretch. But I just wanted to get some wheel time because I don't want to get too rusty with all these weeks off. But not going to be able to push it like these guys are for a long time yet.
Well, it'll be awesome. Hopefully you'll be back. I know next week is recruitment and fundraising, and then start back up the week after. Looking forward to hopefully see you back in the car then.
Yeah, I hope to. We'll see how physical therapy goes and what the doctors say. Right now, driving a regular car, I'm only limited to about 30 minutes. I'm not supposed to drive over 30 minutes, so I might be able to make a race, but I definitely will not be competing at the front because I just wouldn't be able to handle that physicalness of it.
Well, even just seeing you get some laps out on track would be great. I know the guys miss racing with you, and it's definitely, with the smaller field, it'd have been nice to see you out there, but honestly, I doubt you'd want to be sitting in Giancarlo's lap right about now.
No, I'm a little big for that.
I did notice looking at your rig, does that, as that seat vibrates and moves, does it actually move forward and backward to vibrate? And I know the whole rig kind of moves side to side.
The seat moves forward, backward, left, right. So when you see him hit the brakes, he gets thrown towards the steering wheel and the harness gets tight. And when he accelerates, the seat leans back a little bit, so you feel that acceleration. And then as you're turning, if you're turning left, the seat rotates to the right to sort of give you that G-force feeling of getting thrown to the opposite corner of the car.
That's got to be at least for these some of these guys, and for you, it's got to be nice to have all that feeling in the car.
Oh, it absolutely is. You can feel every little bit. Yeah, I mean, you drive a little bit more conservatively because you hit any of these sausages and that'll rattle your teeth a little bit.
I can imagine. That would, as Scott Malawi gets a little squirrely coming through that section of track, trying to stay with Avery. Adam Barker should get, I'm not sure if he got the white flag last time or not because the time was so close, but I guess we will see as he comes out of the final corner if he gets the checkers or the white flag here. But it does look like, he has pulled away to a 12-second lead. He gets the checkers.
Wow.
So Adam Barker is going to win. Can he do it again here in a few moments, starting from 7th? That is going to be the question. Adam Barker wins race number 1. Here comes Avery in second. Scott really pushed it that last lap, but just couldn't make up enough time. Avery giving us a little blink there. Scott Malawi comes home third. Giancarlo is going to come home in 4th place after the incident early in the race. Mike Dolling is 5th. Ed Schiller will come home in 6th. And Ronnie has been on pit road. He is currently in 7th.
So with the reversal of the field, this is going to be interesting if my predictions come true. Giancarlo is going to have a little bit of an advantage starting further up in the field. But Adam is very fast and very consistent on this track.
He definitely has been. And let's see if we can get a quick word with the top 3. Let's start with Scott. Hey, Scott, this is Doug and Mike. You got us?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Good, man. Congratulations. That was quite a battle you had back there to make your way into third.
Yeah, thank you. Unfortunate spin there, but I'm still happy with third.
It did look like you had a little side-by-side action there for a little bit with Avery, but you backed out of it, and Avery kind of pulled away from you. But could you have held it? It looked like you just intentionally backed out to mitigate the risk.
Yeah, pretty much. I knew I didn't have the pace to keep him behind me anyways, so just didn't want to ruin the rest of the race.
Well, now that puts you actually having the smallest amount of invert going into the second race. How do you feel like you learned anything that'll help you get further up in the next one?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty fresh to Imola right now. I only practiced for about half an hour, so just being able to follow Avery definitely helped me tune my line a bit.
So you came to Imola with 30 minutes of practice.
Oh my God! And ran that fast.
Well, I've done it. I did it. That's a lie, I guess. I did it a few seasons ago as well.
Yeah, but still, that's a couple seasons ago. So
New tires, new suspension. I mean, they did a massive suspension overhaul, so that's a pretty impressive run for you.
We'll see. Maybe I can
Absolutely.
improve.
All right, man. Good luck, and hopefully we'll talk to you after the second race as well.
Cheers, guys. Talk to you later.
all right, see you.
All right, let's see if we can get a hold of second place, Avery Walker. Hey, Avery, it's Doug and Mike. You got me?
Yep, I gotcha.
Quite a run, and obviously pulling off the second place. Did you have anything for Adam today?
I think I would have, but the first lap I got to slow down at the chicane, and
Oh,
Adam informed me that slowdowns work off average lap pace. So because it was the first lap, I had to slow way down.
Yep.
So that kind of sucked. But got lucky getting back up there.
You definitely. Go ahead, Mike.
So this second race should be pretty interesting then, because that means you've got a lot more pace in you yet.
We'll see. I've noticed that Mike has way lower wing than me. Both Giancarlo and I struggled for a long time to get by him since he's so much faster on the straight. So I think if I
Very
get
interesting.
Mike, maybe I can get the rest. He seems to have the best straight line speed.
It does.
Very interesting.
It does look like, because Julian isn't here this week, it looks like you might actually move up a little bit. You and Mike Dolling might pick up a little bit of points. I believe Julian's used both or all of his drop races so far this season, so you might actually break into the top 5 in points come after today.
I think I might have looked at it incorrectly, but I think for today, just because Simon and Julian are both out, I'm pretty sure I can get third in the championship today.
Oh, really? Move way up.
I think with drop weeks. That might be wrong, but
It's definitely going to be close, and today with the limited number of cars in the field, it's definitely going to shake up the points quite a bit.
yeah, for sure.
All right, man. A great race. You'll start race number 2 back in 6th place. Hopefully you can fight your way up through the field.
We will see. Thanks, guys.
All right, good luck, man.
Thanks.
And let's see if we can get our winner. Oh, hold on. Hey, Adam, it's Doug and Mike. You got me?
Hey, I got you.
Hey, you start the season with a win, and you get at least one win in the final race of the season.
Yeah, hopefully we can carry it over to the next race.
With first off, when Giancarlo lost the back end right in front of you, Pooh?
Oh, yeah, that was definitely a Code Brown moment there. Luckily, I was just far enough away that I could sneak through the inside.
Now you'll be starting race number 2 back in 7th. Can you make your way back all the way to the front and get out there and get another win and possibly get the championship here?
I mean, hopefully, yeah. I think Giancarlo might just be able to steal it by not coming last in the next race, but it should be good. Giancarlo's slightly ahead of me, and he's pretty good at cutting up through the field. So hopefully I can just sneak through with him, and then psych him out at the end like we did last time.
Well,
Oh, yeah, you definitely had the pressure on him. I'm sorry, Doug.
No, go ahead, Mike.
You definitely had the pressure on him, and being in a more physical rig right now, I think it was wearing on him a little bit to look in the rearview mirror and seeing you constantly there.
Yeah, I was just showing myself, making sure I showed myself every now and then, just trying to put him off, like faking a ascend through the second chicane. Nearly
That's
got
what they
him,
call racecraft. Okay.
but just couldn't get him. And then, fortunately, he made it easy for me.
He definitely did, man. That was an epic battle between you two, and it is going to be interesting to see both of you having to come through the field. But good luck in race number 2. I've been cheering for you all season. It is great to see you back in victory lane today, buddy.
Thank you very much, man. Nice to be in this position.
Good luck, Adam.
Thank you.
All right. Warm up over. It's time to go to race number 2. Ronnie Wimberly will start on the pole for the first time this season. Ed Schiller in second. Mike Doling in third. Giancarlo will have fourth. Scott Nalawi in fifth. Avery Walker in sixth. And Adam Barker in seventh. And you know, I'm seeing it in the comments, but Mike, it's awesome to see Ronnie up front.
Oh, it is absolutely awesome to see Ronnie up front. He's an amazing driver, and it's so funny. When I met Ronnie, he was just constantly kicking my butt, and I had no idea of his rig or setup or situation. He was just another competitor to me that always was right there on me.
Yeah,
and it's just amazing to know the story of it all.
I have tuned into a lot of his streams on Twitch, and every time I see him go live, I'll hit the button to host him because it is just impressive. I'm constantly telling people, if they're interested in watching iRacing, go watch Quad Racing on Twitch. This guy is just flipping amazing, especially considering, you know, he's doing it all with his mouth, and he's explained it to me, and I still, how it works, and I've looked it up, and it's still like, wow. It's impressive as all get out.
And as good as you see him in a GT car, he's even better oval.
Yes, I have noticed that. Or anything high downforce like Indy cars, SR8s, things like that.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Here they come down the front straightaway, getting ready to fire. Ronnie will fire first. And green flag is in the air. They're down and away. What happened to Ed Schiller on the start?
Oh, he might have been sleeping a little bit on that start.
And look at who just shot.
3 wide here. 3 wide. Oh, that's very dangerous.
Giancarlo wisely backing out after running up and making go. Oh, Giancarlo's around.
Oh, he lost it. Oh, Adam lost it too. The points race is still on.
Oh my goodness, Adam did not hit the wall, I don't believe. Let's take a look at Adam's wreck again. We saw Giancarlo's live, and Adam trying to get down to the bottom. He's trying to get around the wall. He just clips the grass as he gets too low. He does back into the wall.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
So he's going to have some aero damage.
Yeah, it looks like he does have some spoiler damage. Yeah, right rear spoiler is a bit bent up. Wow, that was a tongue twister.
Well, yeah.
What a heartbreak. But Mike Doling now to the lead. And in all that mess, Ronnie ended up fading way back as well. Looks like Ronnie had an off track.
Off track, yeah.
Let's see what happened to...
well, now we got a battle between Scott and Mike Doling.
That's going to get interesting. Oh,
that's going to get very interesting.
Ronnie went hard into the wall out of that chicane, and he's got some significant damage all down the right side of the car. And looks like, yeah, he has had another incident as well further down the track. So,
might have some damaged steering.
Yeah, he is definitely having a rough day. And now, like you said, Mike Doling out front, but 3/4 of a second behind is Scott Nalawi. Avery Walker just about a second and a half back as well.
And we saw Scott in the first race be very, very quick. Can he pressure Mike Doling? That's the question.
I think if Giancarlo can't pressure Mike Dolling, I don't know that anybody can give him enough pressure there, but we'll see. It's going to be interesting. And Mike Dolling has not had a win yet this season, so hopefully he can pull off the win and get his first win of the season here today.
Absolutely. He's got to be eyeing the prize right now.
Actually, neither Mike nor Scott has had a win this season. I was thinking Scott had, but looking at the stat, he has not had a win yet this season. So that could be interesting as well.
The world is wide open right now for him, that's for sure, both of them.
In fact, let's see, I do believe the only 3 drivers in the field that have not had a win this season are the top 2, and then Ronnie Wimberly, who is currently on pit road. Looks like he has actually just come back off pit road. Yep, he is back out there fully repaired, but quite a bit behind now.
Avery's really closing up the distance very quick, too.
Down to 0.7 of a second from second place. Yeah, he really closed through those final 2 turns. He really closed up on him. I would be a bit worried. The Audi, we talked about how much faster it was in the corners during the first race, and he just proved it right there.
Oh, absolutely.
I think he does, like you said, lose a little bit of speed on the straightaway, as here goes Nalawi for the lead.
He did the over-under. It did not fake Mike out.
Not at all, but that did bring Avery to his back bumper. That is going to be a problem.
This is a 3-car mix for sure.
Looking back, Giancarlo is back in 5th. Adam Barker in 6th. Ed Schiller just went way off the track through the chicane. And there you see him as Adam goes by. Let's watch. And I think we saw him go off differently, right? Oh, he just went wide coming out. Almost had it straightened out for a moment, but just couldn't get it completely saved. I bet that was another close moment for Adam Barker. Hey, Angie, how are you?
When you see your life flash before your eyes. No.
And look at this, into this chicane, all 3 of them.
They are pushing hard.
They definitely are. Nalawi is looking for any way around Mike Dolling. I think Avery just backed out of it a little bit because he's
going to let this battle settle out before he sticks his nose in there.
Probably a wise move. Nalawi looking for any way to get the win here. This is going to get a bit crazy. And these 3 so close together. Oh, there he goes. Avery going to the outside now. I honestly expected him to wait on that.
I don't know if he can make that stick from there.
It doesn't look like it down into the first chicane. Mike Dolling just throws that car around like crazy. I'm always surprised to see how much motion is in the car and how much it's like watching Yuho throw the Porsche around.
Oh, absolutely. The Ferrari was his go-to car for many years, so he's very familiar with this car.
He's got something figured out. If both of these guys cannot find a way around him, he has obviously got something figured out here today. But you see, he doesn't actively block, as we talked about. He just drives his line, changes his corner entry and exit a little bit, and yeah, it gets exciting. Nalawi gets a big run into the turn, but he just pulls away from him.
Yes. I think that's that lower wing set in there that somebody mentioned earlier, that once he gets on it and gets the power down to the road, that he can walk away.
He really, really can. And yeah, that wing setting, he not giving up a whole lot in the turns and definitely got the straightaway speed. And, we're starting to see the sun go down. That's going to affect the driving a little bit as well. As we see Giancarlo now having to, I know you turned the lights off in the room earlier, but how's it feel driving that with the lights or the sun going down?
Oh, it's got to feel weird, for sure. I don't know whether the sunlight's hitting him, so I'm going to move a shade over here. Give him a little bit more blackout. The afternoon sun might be coming in the window a little bit on him.
That,
But
what a difference that made.
yeah, a little bit too much light in his eyes there. Now, see what Scott's doing here. He knows he can't make that stick. He's trying to rattle Mike Doling, and that's not going to work. I've raced against Mike for 3 years, and he's not going to get rattled.
And it seems like every time Scott tries to send it in, tries to rattle Mike, he ends up losing a little ground. He's possibly going to send it in. I mean, we see Avery week in and week out just be extremely patient. And then just waiting for the guy in front of him to make a mistake. Scott's trying to force a mistake. That might end up benefiting Avery if he forces it a little too much and sends himself around.
Exactly. And Giancarlo's catching up to this group, so.
Oh, look who's in the chat now. McMullet in the house. And yes, that is Giancarlo in Mike Marshall's rig, Eric.
Scott got a little loose there.
Oh, a little bit more. Avery's got to run down to the inside here. And look who's caught up to him. Right behind these guys after the incident on lap 1 has now run down to within 1.5 seconds of Avery and Scott. Meanwhile, while those two go at it, Mike Doling is pulling away to now a 1.4 second gap. Scott holds him off again.
Scott is driving really, really well. He really is.
He is really going into I'm just going to send it kind of mode and making it stick where he goes. I'm really surprised some of the attempts he's made and some of the moves he's made, especially that first couple of laps when he was looking left, swinging right, looking right, swinging left. The fact that he's kept that car planted, trying to make those moves and mess with Mike has been impressive.
Oh, last race of the season, he definitely is not racing safe here. He is going for it. He's licking the stamp and sending it any chance he can get.
Yeah, and now Giancarlo, these guys are really going to have to crank it up. Giancarlo, about 1.25 seconds back, he is gaining ground on Avery very quickly. I think Avery's going to have to throw caution to the wind here before too much longer if he wants any chance. And it looks like another factor now, Ronnie has gotten that car fixed. He is back out off of pit road and right in front of Mike Doling.
Yeah, Ronnie's a smart driver, though. He knows what's at stake here. He's going to be on the radio talking to him. He's actually pulling into the pits right now. Yeah, get out of the way. He'll probably just do a drive-through to come out on the other side.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's barely slowed down to pit road speed. Oh, what in the world? He never slowed down and came back off of pit road.
That's a slowdown. He's gonna have a black flag on that.
He completely missed the turn and ends up in the outside wall. Don't know what happened there.
Oh, and Mike Doling went off track there.
That was a bit weird situation. Mike goes off pit road, or off track, and now we've got Scott Nalawi to the lead trying to pull away. Avery
right there.
He is really putting the pressure on. Let's look at the pass for the lead here. And you see, there goes Doling. Oh, he just cut the corner a little too much. I don't think that was. I think that was a slowdown penalty that gave Nalawi the lead.
That could be. I'm sure he was really wondering what Ronnie was doing coming out of the pits at that speed.
Yeah, that had to have been a little bit confusing situation. It'll be interesting if we find out what happened. It looked like Ronnie pulled in, but he never really slowed down. He just kind of kept sending it through pit road, and I was watching off to the side. He just comes flying back out and then goes straight through the wall. I have to wonder if either he had a technical issue there and...
it's very possible. Yeah, he might have disconnected, and the server just kept him at that speed.
That could very well have been the case. Now, you got Giancarlo now back in the hunt. He is right on the back bumper of Avery Walker and Mike Dolling there, as Avery still has not been able to get back around Mike Dolling.
No.
Meanwhile,
Mike's a crafty driver.
Scott's just checking out.
He knows this is his opportunity to put some pace in, to get some distance. Yeah, he's got some clean air, nothing in front of him. This is a time to lay down some qualifying times and make some distance from the pack.
Here's an interesting question. Is Giancarlo starting to get a little tired, starting to feel a little bit of exhaustion there?
That's a good question. I still see him laughing over there, so he's still having fun.
Well, that is a plus, although, you know, with the extra weight in the wheel, and we saw it during race 1 where he was moving his arm around, his right arm around a little bit because it looked like it might have been getting a little bit sore. I'd imagine he's going to be a bit tired when this one's over.
Yeah, he already said he's going to skip the gym tomorrow because he's got his workout today.
Yeah, I can imagine, which makes you wonder, how big are your arms there, Mike?
Well, I'm a big guy. I'm 6'3", about 230, so.
Well, there you have it. That probably helps just a little bit as Nalawi, his lead is starting to shrink suddenly. Mike Dolling has really started to crank it up. Scott was out to about a 1.5 second lead there for a while, but Mike has really started to close the gap. Avery has stopped pressuring, at least for the moment, and that's allowed them. I had to say something about Avery stopping to pressure him. And
he's peaking.
Yeah, he is definitely
He's peaking.
And they know who's right behind him. So they
Yep.
really have got to push it here.
And Mike Dolling will not go quietly. He's not just going to settle for second. He's going to push this.
Another thing I've noticed about Dolling, like Adam Barker, those two guys, if they have a problem, they don't know how to give up. They keep fighting back, and they make some. Both drivers have made some epic comebacks over the last 2 seasons.
And that comes from the endurance racing, because there's been so many times we've been in an endurance race, and the car is a complete wreck. But we know if we hang on, you never know what's going to happen at the end.
That is definitely true.
So when you get used to that type of racing, even in a short half-hour race, you never know what's going to happen at the end. You just want to be in a position to make your own luck.
And look at this. Adam Barker has caught back up. We've got at the halfway point, the top 5 cars are nose to tail at Imola.
Oh, and they're all flashing each other.
That is quite comical. So now Adam Barker could put himself in a position, even with that damaged wing. And now I'm beginning to wonder, because that wing is bent down partially, he's obviously going to get some more straightaway. He probably lost a little back end grip, but he's got some more straightaway speed. That's where he was deficient in race number 1. Can he get past Giancarlo? How far up? And if he could, in the next 14 minutes, if he could get up there and pull off the win and Giancarlo doesn't advance, we're going to be doing some quick calculations after the race.
Oh, absolutely. And I see Avery doing some psychological warfare on Mike Dolling with the high beams flashing.
Yeah, it's see if we can get a closer look at the back end of Avery. Look.
Oh, they're getting very tight now.
Oh yeah, Giancarlo obviously always takes it right to the limit. You saw Avery and Mike really be a little bit more restrained coming off the corners. Giancarlo is really sending it, but with those two guys in front of him, he's going to have a difficult time getting around him, as will Adam. But it's these guys are sending it for everything they can here. Last race, they're going for it.
Oh, absolutely. And Scott's looking in the rearview mirror going, just let me hold on. Just let me stay up here and stay away from that fray back there.
It's not the first time Scott's led this season, but every time he has gotten to the front, there has been some bad luck for Nalawi, and it's unfortunate because he's had some really good runs.
He's very fast, and it's a lot of it is just psychological. You know, should I relax? Should I keep pushing? You know, just like what we said with Adam in the first race. You know, was he going to relax? Was he going to continue to push? And he continued to push through it. The question is, can Scott continue to do that at that pace?
Yeah, that he is pulling away, but now with Avery Walker starting to look around for a pass here, he may not have the choice very much longer. These four guys, the fact that he's pulled away from this field is really impressive. And
yeah, well, absolutely is.
They've reeled him in once, and he just checked out again, but now that lead is 2.3, 2.4 seconds. So, and they're going to come through this turn, the switchback.
Oh, yep. And Adam is going to use this as an opportunity. He's opportunistic. He will look for a gap.
And, oh, look at that. Giancarlo sends it into third hard.
He's on the ragged edge. I can hear the ABS and the rig vibrating from the traction loss.
He is definitely pushing that move. Let's take a look at that move from a different angle, because that
was
move
impressive.
Was just, I didn't think that was going to work. We've not seen him go to the inside for much today. And it looked like he was trying to both set up or make the pass on Avery and set up on Mike Doling in the same move. It was, and he almost did get Mike Doling.
He almost did get it. Yes, absolutely.
That is crazy. That the fact that we are this late, and truly impressive that Nalawi is pulled away. But with this battling going on back here, regardless of where the point situation comes out here today, these guys have really given it their all. And I think, as we mentioned, once we went to the 2 half-hour races earlier in the season, man, we have seen everybody step it up. Ed Schiller just crashed.
Oh, no.
Let's see what happened to Ed. He has really struggled at Imola today, and it's been unfortunate. He's had some good runs this season, but just a lot of that bad. He got too much of the apex going through the second chicane, that first turn, and it just unsettled the car as he tried to switch back. Avery was in the process of trying to get around Doling when Giancarlo took that opportunity. Now Avery is looking on Giancarlo. As you said, Adam is very, very crafty, and these two are going to mess around long enough that Adam's just going to find a hole and go through it.
Exactly. He's watching everything that happens and looking for his opportunity.
9 minutes left in the race, and Scott Nalawi has pulled out to a 3.6 second lead, as Mike Doling, managing to hold on to second, has been impressive considering who's behind him, but he is not giving an inch to these guys. And
oh, absolutely not. He is going to give it everything he has. And they're going to pull out every trick in the book to get around.
And, Giancarlo, it took over half the race for him to get around Mike Doling during race 1. I don't think he has enough time left to get around him and then run down the leader for sure. And
no.
Avery's looking again.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to rattle Giancarlo. Adam had a little bit of an off track and lost a little bit of time, but he's getting back up into the fray.
And Avery's down to the inside. Oh, Giancarlo went.
Oh, no.
Giancarlo hard into the wall. I don't know if they touched or not. They got really, really close. No, they did not touch. Giancarlo just lost the back end for a second, and it was enough that he ended up in that inside wall, looking as he comes around to see. Looks like he got a little bit more spoiler. Oh, he's got significant front end damage on that Lambo now.
No. Adam is definitely seeing his opportunity now. He is going to push very hard.
7:51 left, and if I trying to do the math in my head, I think he's going to have to get past both of these cars to secure the title here. I don't know that he has to win this race, but I know he's got to get past these two because Giancarlo, despite the incident, is just one spot behind him. Adam needs every single possible point here.
And Scott has just got to be sweating it. You know, don't mess up, don't mess up, don't mess up. You got this.
4.3 second lead. He could actually back out a little bit, but last time by, Scott was actually the fastest one. No, I take that back. Adam Barker was the fastest one, but he was only 1/100th of a second faster than Scott Nalawi.
Wow.
It is crazy. Scott is definitely pushing that car, but hopefully now that he's got a little bit of breathing room, and while Mike Doling is back there holding on to second place and keeping these guys, forcing them to make moves, like Avery goes to the outside, Adam sticks the nose in, not enough yet. That got close. Avery's still to the outside, but Doling pulls away. Wow.
Mike Doling is driving hard. This is not easy driving with what you have behind you there.
No, it is not. He is just throwing that car around like crazy. Avery keeps making moves, keeps getting to the inside and trying to open up a hole, but Mike Doling is just not, he's not letting that hole be open for long. It's almost like he's offering a place for Avery to go and then saying, yep, nope, never mind.
He's definitely doing that. He's using a good strategy of giving him something, but taking away what he doesn't want him to have to keep him back there.
And it is definitely paying off as we get down to 5 minutes, so roughly 3 more laps to go. Avery still trying to make something happen, and Adam Barker we've seen him do this so many times this season. He just sits back there and lurks. He stays right in position and lurks behind these guys. They make a mistake and he picks up positions.
That's all it's going to take is one wheel in the grass, a little late on the brakes, a little tap, and the whole deck could be reshuffled.
It definitely could. Adam peaked a little bit coming down into the first chicane, but Avery keeps trying to go to the outside and opens that gap. And Adam's to the inside. Does he have the momentum off the turn this time? No, everybody slots back in single file. I think as long as Avery keeps taking that turn wide, all Adam's got to do is send it in just a little bit harder, make that car stick, and he can get the run off that turn.
Avery came within about 6 inches of putting a wheel on the grass, too.
Yeah, he is definitely going anywhere that Mike Doling isn't and taking right to the edge before he gets a slowdown penalty, and he is pushing that thing for everything it's worth. The two Audis, which seem to be the fastest here, just cannot find a way around the Ferrari. Look at that. Avery was looking like he was going to make a move through the grass to make that pass.
He's looking for anything. He knows that the time's running down. His opportunities are limited here.
And you know, Scott Null always got to be looking at his relative, hearing his crew chief say that gap is growing. Now 6.5 seconds. And with just a couple of laps left to go at this point, he's going to have a very, very easy time as long as he doesn't even have to push it. And he still is. He just ran his fast. No,
there we go. There's a move.
Avery to second now. And, Adam almost getting the back bumper on Mike Doling. But Avery
absolutely
finally gets to second place.
Mike got a little bit of those sausage curbs and lost some track.
Adam gets by.
Oh, no.
Let's see.
Mike lost it into the dirt. He's getting spun around now.
Adam following him down into the second chicane, and this is where Doling has struggled all day. That first chicane, He
Yep.
gets in the dirt, and yep, Adam Barker now to second. Now Giancarlo back in fifth, and I think we're going to come down to these two Audis battling for second place. Adam does not have a ton of time left.
No, he doesn't, and he got a little bit of the sand, so he lost some traction coming out of the turn there and lost a little bit of speed. The question is, can he make it back up?
He's about 1.3 seconds back, but he is closing very, very quickly on Avery Walker. I think he'll get there, but will he be able to get past Avery is a whole nother question.
And this is the opportunity that Adam was waiting for. He was lurking, waiting for that one opportunity to make a move. Somebody capitalize on someone's small mistake and get back up towards the front.
And we talked about it earlier, the comebacks that this guy has performed this season have been
unbelievable.
It has been. He's not had the luck last season, but he learned last season how to make a comeback, and then the good luck he's had this season, the skill on the comebacks has been really impressive.
Absolutely. It's just being able to be cool in the driver's seat when all the pressure's there.
And Adam is trying very hard to distract Avery here with the flashing lights, and I don't think it's bothering Avery, but that bumper getting closer might be.
Yeah, that bumper getting closer definitely is going to make Avery start to sweat.
Scott Nalawi coming out through the middle of the track, and it looks like we'll have to see. I don't think he took the white flag on that last lap, but we'll have to see when he comes back around if he gets the checkers. I did not see the white flag. Avery and Adam are literally just playing with the buttons at this point, trying to distract each other. You know they're having funny conversations about this right now.
Oh, you know they are.
Adam is to the bumper now. That front straightaway might be the deciding factor as Mike Dulling had another incident.
Oh, no. He was doing so well, too.
He was. White flag is in the air for Scott Nalawi with a 6-second lead over Avery Walker, and third place, Adam Barker. I have a feeling that things might get a bit more aggressive here between these two coming through this last lap.
Oh, absolutely. There's no holding back now.
Giancarlo has gotten past Dulling. He is up into fourth place now. So Adam Barker might have had a shot.
He's pushing to the inside there. He's really, really pushing hard.
Oh, Adam manages to get woed up before it gets to Avery's back bumper, but that got close.
That got very close. This is quite the battle going on here.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here trying to do... I think if Adam can get past Avery, I think he'll take the championship. But we'll have to wait until... We may not know until tomorrow. I don't know who does the points usually. Isn't it Simon?
Simon normally does it, yes.
I'll take a quick look at the points here in a moment and see if I can figure it out. But it's going to be extraordinarily close on the points battle. And it may come down to a situation where these guys end up tying. If that's the case, it would go to Giancarlo with most wins.
Yes, it would.
Scott Nalawi coming through the final turn. Here he comes. He is going to finish the season with his first win of the season. Scott Nalawi pulls off the win in the second race. It's going to be Avery Walker coming home second, Adam Barker third, Giancarlo fourth. Ed Schiller currently rolling for fifth, and Mike Dulling is out in sixth, Ronnie out in seventh.
Wow, that was quite the race, and Scott pulling off the dark horse win was really something else. He was just rock steady that race.
He really, really was. To pull away the way he did a couple of different times. We talked about how he might take it easy. I think he did once he got that 1.5 second lead. I think he backed off for a couple laps. They reeled him in. He just took off again. It was like he had a whole nother gear there for a while.
He was looking at that relative, and he's like, "No, this is my win. This is my moment."
All right, let's see if we can start with Adam Barker, and I'm going to try and calculate points quickly. Adam, it's Doug and Mike. You got me?
Hey man, how's it going?
Hey, really good. Mike, I'll let you take this. I'm going to try and get some points looked up here.
Adam, that was really quite the battle you had going on there. We really thought you were going to pull that off. You were being really opportunistic, staying behind those guys, looking for an opening. How'd you feel about that?
It was hard. I think I had a little bit of damage on the rear of the car from the first lap.
Yeah, your wing was definitely damaged. You were really battling it out with Mike Doling up there and Avery, and that was quite something to see, the three of you coming around everywhere.
Yeah, it was. I think it was just dragging a little bit more than from the damage. It was the top end was just a little bit off. So the Ferrari of Mike was just rapid. We couldn't get past him.
We saw that. It was just incredibly fast.
Yeah, even with like a double draft, it was still giving me a little bit too much drag. So, I think I'm missing something here. Oh,
they're all going into the pits at the same time. they're all crashing into the pits at the same time. Doug's trying to figure out the points. He was mentioning that if it comes down to a points tie, that it would still go to Giancarlo based on the amount of wins.
I think so, yeah. I think he's won anyway. I think if he got 6 points this week, something like that, he clinches the title. But
it looks like he got you by exactly 6 points as well. If I've done the math on it right, he got you by either 5 or 6 points. But regardless, after last season, man, that was definitely a great.
Awesome! Yeah. Awesome race, awesome end to the season. It was a really good race to end the season on.
It was quite the race. Quite the race.
Well, congratulations, Adam. Second in points, a win at the first race, a win in the second or in the season finale. You've got to be happy, and man, what a great season for you.
Yeah, really good. Hopefully, more of the same to come next season.
Looking forward to
it. Hopefully.
All right, congratulations, Adam.
Right, thank you very much, man. Thank you.
All right, let's see if we can get Avery. Hey, Avery, it's Doug and Mike. You got us?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, that was quite a battle between you and Adam. And that last few laps, did you just spin the whole time hitting the light button?
Yeah, we were kind of. That was a fun race. We definitely took not so serious, pretty seriously. I think.
Yeah, I definitely think so. I said he's doing psychological warfare on everybody with the lights there.
Pretty much. That was a ton of fun, though. We were having a good time.
That's good. That's what it's all about. But it was still competitive. I mean, you were definitely in the mix there.
Yeah, Mike, again, like I said, straight line speed. That was very difficult to get by.
Yeah.
So I had to wait for him to make a mistake. And unfortunately got into Giancarlo through some netcode, I think. But
was there netcode? Was there contact?
I didn't get any message saying like 0x or anything. Like nothing on my end, but he said he felt a tap. And that's why he went around.
It didn't look like a netcode, but it very well could have been. You guys were really, really close through that section, but still, second place today, given that battle. And at the halfway point of the second race, everybody was nose to tail the top 5.
Yeah, that was fun. It was a good time.
Well, congratulations. A great season overall. Obviously, you're going to move up a lot in the points. Looking forward to seeing how that comes out. But a great, great day of racing.
Thanks.
And let's see if we can get Scott. Hey, Scott, this is Doug and Mike. You got us?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, I bet you're really, really happy right about now.
Yeah, it feels pretty good. It is
Yeah, I
probably
would
the
imagine
least
so.
least number of people in a race this season, but I'm still happy. I'll take it.
Hey, you ran a great race. You really ran a great race. You were the dark horse coming in. You had a good race in the first race, and you were able to outpace, all the front runners in those the second half of this race.
Yeah, I mean, once whatever happened happened, where Ronnie came through the pits, I just took advantage and let them fight behind me.
Yeah, we're not quite sure what happened there.
Yeah, there's a little bit of confusion, I'd say.
Well,
But you were oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, you guys, you had pulled out to about a 1.5 second lead at one point, and then the pack closed back up, and we were wondering, before they closed back up, had you backed off a little bit? Because obviously you had the speed to run away. You finished the race with a huge lead, like 5 seconds.
No, I'm not really sure what happened. I probably just messed up a few corners.
That might be being a bit modest because you definitely had a lot of
I don't have
pace
the
there.
skill to think about, backing off.
It sure looked like it. It sure looked like you had the skill today. That's what counts.
Appreciate it.
Man, that was a great run. Your first win of the season comes in the final race. That was an awesome, awesome, dominating performance. Congratulations. Great way to finish it out.
Thank you, sir. Have a good one, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, congrats, Scott.
I guess we should talk to the champ real quick.
Why not?
Well, you did it again, Giancarlo.
It's a great way to end the season. I mean, first of all, being in this rig, and then also having two races like that where it was just everybody was in a pack, having good fun, being respectful. Like it was. I think it was some great racing.
You definitely had some issues today. We're not used to seeing you, end up that far back and then having to fight your way forward. And obviously, that second race was really a struggle. We talked about a moment ago. We were talking about the netcode issue that happened. From our angle, it didn't look like a netcode issue, but I heard you felt like you got a bump in the car.
Yeah, I think it was. I think Avery didn't get any contact, but I definitely felt a little like rear left touch. But it happens, and that code is part of the game. It was such great racing. Other than that, we were really having a great time with it.
You mentioned the rig. Are you exhausted?
Yeah, I can. My shoulders are like and wrists are definitely feeling it. But it's such a cool experience. Like this is. Thank you again, Mike, for
No
having me
problem
here.
at all. I'm glad to have you. Glad to have
Oh,
you.
this was so much fun. I was like had a mix of a smile on my face the whole time and like the I gotta be serious or else I'm gonna flip the car and the rig's gonna throw me off.
Yeah, he came in this morning. He's like, "Do I have to wear the seatbelt?" I'm like, "You might want to."
The answer to that is definitely yes.
Well, man, it was a great season. You missed a couple of races due to technical issues and still managed to come back. You had 7 wins on the season, so a really, really impressive season overall.
Yeah, thanks. I'm looking forward to some week 13 fun and then, we'll be back next season. Continue the championship fights.
Now, the important question is, have you considered getting out of the Lambo and trying something else?
Oh, that's a big question. I haven't considered it, but maybe I'll give it a thought. Maybe like a more stable car that doesn't try to kill you most corners.
Like the
Yeah.
Porsche?
Yeah. I mean, the Porsche is the only other GT3 I own, so maybe we'll see me in the Porsche next season.
That's jumping out of the frying pan into the fire there.
Yeah, it definitely is. Well,
Exactly.
Giancarlo, congratulations, man. It was great watching you do this one. Obviously, a bit interesting for you, but what an impressive season and what a great way to end it, man. Congratulations.
Thank you, Doug. I appreciate it.
Well, Mike, that's about it, man. That was definitely a wild one. It was great to have you in the booth as well.
Oh, it was wonderful. Thanks for having me. Doug, you do such a great job. I can't wait for next season. Get everything worked out and get the schedule over to you.
No, I'm looking forward to it, man. It has been a great, great season. A lot of fun with you guys, and I am definitely looking forward to what next season brings.
All right, sounds good. Hey, try and join in some of our races for week 13 if you get a chance, if you're not in the booth.
I might have to do that, buddy.
All right, man.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, see you, Doug.
And thank you guys so much for tuning in, not just today, but this whole season. BRR is off for a few weeks, so there will be no racing tonight, but tomorrow night, the Jones BS Racing League returns. You're not going to want to miss any of that. We have a full week of racing ahead. Thank you guys so much. Look forward to seeing you all tomorrow night. Watch for more posts, more information, a lot of recruitment, including the GT3 NSS series is recruiting for next season. You don't want to miss a single race, and get out there and join them. Great, one of the best groups of guys out there, especially for road racing. You don't want to miss out on that. Thank you guys so much, and have a wonderful day.
Oh God, that's what threw my
That was hilarious.
concentration. That was
I knew it
hilarious.
was.
Rewind,
I knew
rewind,
it
rewind.
was.